for these. Loki's hanging out with us now. Hi guys, I'm Amy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be chatting about the books I'm planning on reading for the BookTubeAthon, which is an annual readathon hosted by Ariel. I will link her channel down below, as well as the BookTubeAthon channel, in which you can find all the other details and such concerning this readathon if you want more information. But these are the books that I'm planning on reading that go along with the prompts and challenges that Ariel has set out for us. And I know I don't usually do TBRs, but with the readathons, I like to participate in the challenges, so I make an exception for this, and only occasionally doing a TBR doesn't seem to kill me too much. So let's go ahead and get into the books I'm planning on reading. Challenge number 1 is to let a coin toss determine what book you read first, and as I haven't chatted with you guys about the books I'm planning on reading, we'll do that first and then come back to this. Challenge number 2 is to read a book about something that you want to do, and for this I have picked Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. This is a memoir about Gilbert's time when she traveled to India, Italy, and Bali in just a hope of getting to know herself better and self-exploration, etc., etc. This book deals a lot with spirituality and learning to accept oneself for who they are, and these are all things that I want to do and accomplish and learn more about. So this book is perfect for this prompt. I've read several books by Gilbert earlier this year and have really enjoyed her writing, both nonfiction and fiction, and as this is her most popular book, I figured I would read it, and I think it is going to be right up my alley. The third challenge is to read a book that has a book to movie adaptation and then watch it, and I'm going to double dip on this one and also do Eat, Pray, Love for this challenge. Challenge number 4 is to read a book with green on the cover, and for this I've selected Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. This is the first book in the Southern Reach trilogy, and this is about a group of women researchers, just really, from what I can tell, badass women who are being sent into this area in which all other people who've tried to learn about what's going on in this tropical area have either not made it back out, or having made it back out, very quickly perish. And there's a group of 4 women that goes in to see what's going on, and I believe this has to do with plant life and vegetation and just a bunch of kick-ass women, like I mentioned, and there's definitely green on the cover. But if for some reason I don't get around to this book, technically Eat, Pray, Love has green on the cover way down here in the bottom. So backup plan just in case. Prompt number 5 is to read a book while wearing the same hat the entire time, and as all of my hats are currently packed away, I do not have a hat currently with me, but I have every intention of participating in this challenge because I think it's lots of fun. So I will either have borrowed a hat, gotten one of my hats out of storage, or bought a new hat for this challenge come time to read this book, and the book I've picked for this is Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. I have been meaning to read Virginia Woolf for a very long time. I just have a feeling that I will get along with her writing very well, as I did really enjoy Autumn by Ali Smith, who is said to be the modern Virginia Woolf, and I believe this book takes place over the course of one day in which Mrs. Dalloway is planning a party. I don't know much else other than that, but I thought this book would be appropriate as it's not very long, and also the people on the cover are also wearing hats, so it just seemed like the perfect book to read in which I will also be wearing a hat. So that's the other book I'm planning to read, Mrs. Dalloway. If you guys have read Virginia Woolf, let me know what your experiences have been. I know for a lot of people you get very different reactions with Virginia Woolf, and I'd love to know what your experience was. Prompt number 6 is to read a book with a beautiful spine, and without a doubt, the books that I currently have, the most beautiful spine is Norma by Sofia Oksanen, translated from the Finnish by Owen F. Weitzman, and this cover is just too beautiful. As you can tell, first of all, this beautiful sea foamy green color, but then there is pink hair interwoven with all of the letters on the spine. And this is a magical realism story about a girl named Norma who has magical hair that reacts to her emotions and others' emotions around her, as well as doing things like letting her know when danger is around, in which her hair will corkscrew. And all of this is set on the backdrop of the fact that her mother committed suicide, and while at her mother's funeral, she talks to a man in which her hair reacts rather violently to, and so she begins to believe that her mother's suicide may not have been that. And so she starts to investigate and look into the last few months of her mother's life. I love that this book is a translated work. I've heard really good things about it. I mean, the spine, guys, it's just too beautiful. This cover is too stunning, and it's about time that I get around to reading it. And challenge number 7, as always, is to read 7 books. Now, I'm being very honest with myself and not even going to pick 7 because my husband and I, the week of this readathon, will be leaving Thursday the 2nd and not getting home until Sunday the 5th because we will be celebrating our 5-year anniversary at the beach. I still plan on reading while we're gone, but I will be celebrating with him and spending time with him also. So I don't believe I will have time to read 7 books, but it's something I hope to do one of these years, but it just won't be this one. Now we're gonna go ahead and go back to the first challenge, which was to let a coin toss determine what book you read first. And the 2 books that I'm really looking forward to reading from this TBR is Eat, Pray, Love and Norma. So we'll do Eat, Pray, Love as heads and Norma as tails. And hopefully I don't screw this up too bad. Okay, you guys ready? I'm just gonna kind of fling it, I think. Tails. So I will be reading Norma by Sophie Oksanen first, and very excited to do so. Alrighty guys, there you have it. There is my BookTubeAthon TBR. If you guys are planning on participating, please let me know. I'm also hoping to vlog my week a little bit because I really enjoy filming vlogs and I have just been too busy to do so lately, so it's time that I get back on that wagon. So if you guys like this video, please like it, and if you loved it, please subscribe, and we'll see you in my next video. Happy reading!